preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Eagles and the Barons, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Brooklyn Barons. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at Week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And we all know the scouting report on him. He can attack the field right at all levels with a very strong arm and make big-time plays off schedule. We also see a player with confidence and swagger. We see a guy who knows how to lead a team, who knows how to compete, and wants to be great every time he hits the field.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Haynes. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now a give right side. Haynes, just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Haynes. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 11 yards there, first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Hey, we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Haynes. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Here's Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Fournette, a first down carry. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. From the 16, Tannehill. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. 1st and goal from the 6. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. On 2nd and goal, Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ryan Tannehill taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Zach Wilson and the offense heading back out. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 2.
To throw is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now Wilson. Throw left side, complete. That's Haynes. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Just the first quarter of attack is going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Haynes. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Justin Matabike working his way to the quarterback that time. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now here's the option play going left. Shifts past him at the 45. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Tannehill. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw here pulled in by Lazard. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 38, Tannehill. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Tannehill. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now it's Tannehill. This is caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
A gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and goal.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Tannehill. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Isaiah Likely. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Haynes. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On 2nd and 9. Wilson. And that is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now leading his offense back out there. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, Oh, yeah. He's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play action. It's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
2nd and short. That's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tannehill going to keep it. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tannehill now to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
This is taken at the 23. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
Throwing is Wilson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards.
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On second down, it's Haynes. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
It's now second and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Haynes. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now it's Wilson. And this one is incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The Eagles on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Tannehill. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
66 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Haynes.
Wilson's pass complete to number 18. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down now, it's Haynes, and he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
2-yard loss brings up 3rd and
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Haynes. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. To throw again is Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Tannehill on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Got a man. That's Lazard. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Here's Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain an 11-point spread. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, here in this third quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a one-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Wilson. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Got a man. It's Brown. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, Tannehill. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Running left, it's Fournette. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And a little floater there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun give to Fournette. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 27, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Throwing is Wilson. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick-6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Wilson getting right back to it after the pick-6. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Haynes. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it
now it's Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Haynes. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear a lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Tannehill's throw here taken in by Gesicki. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way to work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Inside handoff now to Fournette, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 11 now, Tannehill. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 15-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run the counter. Haynes, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Haynes. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Harris now to return. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Carmichael. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. To throw on 2nd down, Carmichael, incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik Collins in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And that will keep this a 12-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Jones. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. Down to about the 37.
The
last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Jones. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is on target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a 12-point game. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team. But the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Carmichael. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Complete to number 27. Brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this would complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go. Malone. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carmichael. And he's got his target, Harris. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Malone, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Malone. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Up the middle they go. Dyson. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points there, CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's good for 28 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick 6. But look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. Jones, another shot here after the pick 6. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, he's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Jones.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it on left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. He's going to look deep down the field. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Malone. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Back to throw. Carmichael. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And 8 yards to go.
On 3rd down, it's Malone. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. The kick by Carlson is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. He'll dump it off complete to Lynch. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
To throw is Jones.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So a field goal on this drive could settle things. Remember, no overtime in the preseason, though a tie now seems hardly likely.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard, under a minute 20 to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. A quick throw, but incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Malone. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll look to throw. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Gets this one to Morris. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. Open man there is Malone. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And this time the kick is good. He had a miserable game, all things considered, but they stuck with him, and it pays off. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.